Hello and welcome back to the Lime Tree Sessions podcast with me, Jack Milcrease.
Ben Fusker.
Scott Charlton.
And joining us this week is the very talented Hannah Robinson.
Woo! Hello. Yeah, I'm not very good at body parts, but I know
You should be when you go into a tattoo parlour.
Yeah, I really want
I'd like it on my forehead. You
Yeah.
make it. It's not a good look.
How we doing?
I'm doing good. How are you all?
Not so bad. Not so bad. At the start of the podcast, we always talk about what we've been doing this week and anything you want to kind of, talk about, plug or what have you. What we've been doing? What's happening?
Just in general or musically?
Anything you want.
Anything I
Whatever
want.
you want to talk about.
Well, I've been working 9 to 5. I work at Tommy Tippy. I do the design. So
that's
I
cool.
do like
just
digital.
in Crommy.
Yeah.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I walk past there quite a bit.
Oh yeah, it's a lovely building. Yeah, no, it's it actually is. It looks really nice because they light it up at night. So it's got loads of pretty lights and stuff. But yeah, so 9 to 5 job, design, constantly the computer. Eyes are burning by 5 o'clock. Then I go home and I tend to do music-y stuff like you all do, like videos and editing and all that. So my eyes are literally square burning by 9 o'clock, and then I'm straight at Kip. Other than that, I bought my flag that I'm going to be putting up on gigs for the headline, so it's got like me logo with like loads of roses on it.
Oh, nice.
Because I think everyone's got
Like
the
a
picture
banner.
by now. I love me roses. It's kind of the aesthetic.
I saw in your Bobby's gig around your mic stand. And
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh
It's
my
really
god.
cool.
Honestly, before the gig started, we were all hands on deck, and we were like sprinting around Bobbix, putting flowers
I
all
was
over
going
the
to say, didn't you have on the
banister.
handrail as well? and
Yeah.
stuff like that? That's cool. Like.
Well, Bobbix weren't bothered. They're like, "Oh, just go for it. It's fine." And we'll put vases. It was. I kind of went.
back there.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to go for like Nirvana-esque, how the Unplugged session, they've got flowers all over the stage and stuff.
Aye.
So I thought just go crazy with the roses, stick to the aesthetic, and it looked really pretty, to be fair. It was very photogenic. It was a very photogenic stage, but I think I did take over a little bit, and probably it was a mess to tidy up. When you're drunk
bet,
after your
yeah.
headline, you're like, oh, I want to go home, I want to go out and celebrate, but instead I was taking roses afterwards. So it was strange, but it was good. It was really good.
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
We'll talk a bit about your headliner later on because you've got another one
Yes,
coming
in a
up
couple
soon,
of
haven't you?
weeks.
So we'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. You lads, what have you been up to?
I'm relying on Scott this week.
I can't remember what gigs we had. I can't.
Every week.
It's a common occurrence. We can't remember where we've been from week to week.
I know
Oh,
it's
there's
Friday and
so much
Saturday.
going
We
on.
had Sunday off.
We did have Sunday off. That was nice.
Oh well.
That's a nice chill day.
I can't remember where we were. For the life of us. We had gigs.
We did have gigs.
What about you, Jack?
I didn't have any gigs, so I don't have
Oh,
to
did you
remember
not?
anything. No. So I get off scot-free this week.
God.
But we did have a production
Yes, we did.
session on Monday. Our sister channel, if you want to call it that, our other channel that we have, Lime Tree Productions. We do, people's show reels and live lounges and stuff like that. And we had one on Monday for the very talented Izzy Gorman. It went really well.
It did, I.
Good.
It was really cool. We were meant to have a band in, but ironically they cancelled, and Izzy was available for Monday, so just did a straight swap, and it went really well. So hopefully that'll be coming out soon. And other than that,
I've checked where we were.
oh, you've checked.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did some live research. We're in Rotherham on Friday.
We were?
Rotherham.
Albion
Where?
Club. Do you remember? It was at Terrace Houses.
Oh, Christ,
Rotherham.
I.
Rotherham.
Where's that?
Yeah, Sheffield.
Yeah, it's that area.
Oh, that's a mission
like
away.
South
You went all the way
Yorkshire,
down
isn't
there
it?
on a Sunday.
Oh, it was a Friday. That was
Oh,
cool,
I was
yeah.
going to
Friday,
say.
And then we were at the private do we did in Washington on Saturday.
Oh, where were you in Washington? I said that like it's a
Westwood
glamorous
Yeah.
place. I didn't
Yeah.
mean it like that. I just meant 'cause that's where I live.
Yeah.
Where was
Westwood Club.
it? Okay.
We did it was some 65-year-old's birthday party.
I think
And
I've
we
been
were
there.
the
I
entertainment.
think I've played there before.
It was a good
So
game.
where you've got to go up this grass ramp to get behind the back of the club.
Oh god, that would
Right.
stress me out parking wise.
Lyndon had
No.
had to get back reverse and do a
I
run up.
had to use the entire length of the car park for a run up
Oh my god,
to
no,
get
that would stress me out.
Honestly,
Four-wheel
I was
drive.
flooring it. And it
Bloody hell.
Get in the
was,
second gear.
it was a good gig though.
It was, I. It was a kind
And we
of
got
gig.
fed.
Oh, you got food
did
as
all
well.
that.
Yeah.
It's always a
Private
bonus
do.
when you have
Oh,
a gig.
there's always
It was right in
perks,
front of
like,
the
isn't
stage. We were just looking at it while we were playing. But, no, it was good. That's where we were.
Okay, it's time for
What are you listening to?
right. What have we been listening to? Who wants to go first?
I don't mind going first.
You want to go first?
Mine's an old one, as per usual.
Of course.
So I like Steely Dan. I
Okay.
don't know if anyone else likes Steely
Yeah, yeah.
Dan,
I love
but
Steely Dan.
But they've got an album called Can't Buy a Thrill, which is my favourite Steely Dan album because it's got my two favourite Steely Dan songs on, which is Do It Again
Tune.
and Reeling in the Years,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
which is my
I
favourite
love
Steely Dan
you.
song.
Yeah, so happy.
But
Very good. Have you heard the Joey Landreth version
No.
Oh, it's class.
Is it?
So good.
Is it similar sort of style, or?
It's exactly the same, but
Or just him covering
but
it?
Joey Landreth in his slide. It
that
just
sounds
sounds.
midnight.
It's really good.
Well,
maybe
what-
we'll put that in the playlist
Yeah, I
as
will.
well.
Yeah,
'cause
put
then we
both
can-
in.
We're getting into doing this with covers of famous songs, aren't we? Because we did
Yeah.
the
Well, Glenn
Fighters
Campbell's
one, Glenn
version
Campbell.
of Glenn of just
Times Like These.
Foo Fighters. Yeah, that was really
It
good.
was really cool. I'm looking forward to hearing that. Like, if we get it playlist.
Yeah, we'll put them both in the playlist.
Mm-hmm.
Every song we talk about, we put in a playlist. It's linked up. You know by now. You know the crack. What have you been listening to, Hannah?
So there's a band called Wonder Horse. Don't know if you've heard of them before.
aye.
Honestly, I'm in awe of them. I'm just gonna make it. Yeah, I never know how to pronounce it when people ask, but like they're like a cross between like Nirvana, Foo Fighters. But I don't know, they've got their own unique sound as well, but they supported Fontaines on the tour, and like I'm absolutely devastated I didn't go to see them in Stockton. Is it Stockton where Fontaines played recently?
I think so.
Yeah.
Is it the KU place?
Yeah,
KU
honestly, I was
Stockton, right?
devastated because like they supported, and I've started listening to them recently because like sometimes if I hear like a really like a band that I love and I see they've got a band supporting, I'll just give them a listen to see, like obviously they've got some sort of like similarity. And
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
God, I was blown away.
I think they supported Sam Fender recently as well.
Did they?
At Castlefield Bowl, I think,
Oh,
when he played
God.
there.
That just goes. I'm missing out here. Like, 'cause I was
I've
gonna
heard them, like, oh, really cool.
so good. There's a
It's-
tune called
yeah.
Butterflies.
I'm not
That's
trying to
my
argue.
favourite one. It's the first on the album, and it's beautiful.
Haven't they got like a
the-
bit of a Radiohead about them as well?
Yes, they
that sort-
do.
They do,
You're right.
don't they?
Actually, they do.
There's
Yeah.
all sorts just mashed in.
Aye, and he's got such a powerful voice. Like, it's so husky, but he screams, but he tunefully screams. Like, he gets away with it because most people that do that, like, either completely like break the voice or in a bad way, really. But he just pulls it off.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
Kurt
nice
Cobain.
one.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah.
Right, yeah, we'll
The
go.
obscure
Yeah,
one.
we're game. Look
Right.
forward to Scott's.
It's a song called Life on Earth. And it's by a band called Hooray for the Riff Raff with the Preservation Hall Jazz Band.
Sorry, is that the full? That's the full band.
It is indeed. There you go. Just showing Jack.
Hooray for the Riff Raff Preservation Hall Jazz Band.
It's such a cool song. It's
But
like
where
6
they
minutes
from?
odd long. America. I can't remember where in America though. I'll
Big
play-
place.
It's a bit-
It is a big place. I'll be playing for you after, like, but it's just a cool song. It's a ballad which starts out like piano-y, simple instruments, and then it builds up towards the end with the jazz band coming in and like horns and also it's really cool.
That sounds so.
It's like a proper jazz drummer as well on it, where you get like the
Alright.
rules and stuff
Oh,
like
jazz drumming looks so hard. I don't know how people do it because like there's the timing's really like
Yeah.
weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
The time
that. But this song,
signatures.
it's mint. It's really cool.
I think you're gonna have to start like sharing with us the playlists you listen to because like you find
I do have
some-
one every month, to be fair.
One every month. Do you like
Yeah, I
name
make-
it the like
yeah,
the month
January
and the day?
2023.
Ah,
and
that's
then
clever,
Feb
that.
2023. Yeah.
That's
think
nostalgic in a sense because you can listen to the.
That's what I do.
playlist.
I look back. Yeah.
Ah,
I think Soph does the same thing actually.
Oh,
Now
I
I think
love
about
that.
it. Yeah, because she's got like she doesn't don't think she does it by month, but she does it by year for sure. So she'll go back and go, oh, what was I listening to in 2021?
Oh, that's
or
interesting.
that's
whatever.
clever. That.
So
You had like top songs for a year at the end of the year as well, don't you, on Spotify?
Yeah.
So there's that. But yeah, I put it in every month, and it's usually release radar. I think it's the same
Yes.
thing for Apple, where it's like new songs every week. But I listen through that and I'll find stuff that I like.
you're just listening to things that don't go past
Yeah,
1985.
if
so-
it came
Yeah, yeah.
after 1985, I'm not interested.
yeah.
I'll just put everything that I like from that week. I just put it in the playlist, and then that's me playlist for the month. sort
That's
of
so
thing,
clever.
yeah.
I might actually start doing that, but then my Spotify would be huge. Like
I've got about 100 playlists on
Jesus.
Spotify. I
That's
should really
it's
do a
good
cult.
though. That is
Getting
really
your money's
clever.
worth out with Spotify.
It is,
aren't
yeah.
you? Bloody hell.
I saw a video that was like it was saying how long you have to listen to Spotify in order to be where like you're making money off of them.
Yes.
It was something ridiculous, like 100,000 hours or something like that. You have to listen to throughout
What,
your
a
year.
month? Oh, yeah.
Like throughout the year, it's like I can't remember exactly what it is, but like if you listen to that many hours within the year, you are technically
They're giving you money.
Yeah, basically. So that's pretty cool. But yeah,
What have you been listening to, Jack?
I thank you very much for asking, Scott.
Yeah, very
Good
welcome.
segue.
It's like we've done this before. I really struggled actually. I had to look at me playlists just before we started just to see what I've been listening to. But I'm gonna go with my new favorite country song because I like country. It's a song called "The Hard Way" by the Shires.
Okay.
Really nice.
The band name rings a bell.
The Shires. I think there's a Scottish band by this similar name. Yes.
Oh, the Scottish. Is it them?
No, they are English. They're like probably the biggest English country band.
Okay.
I think she went on X Factor and met him, and there was definitely they were on a talent show at one point. This was like years and years ago. They've been going quite a while.
Okay.
But yeah, it's meant like it came on me Shuffle or whatever recommended, and I was like, this is an absolute banger. So yeah, really good tune. Again, all of these songs, if you want to check them out, they'll be linked below in a Spotify playlist. Or if I get this wrong every week, or if you want to search for it on Spotify, type in Lime Tree Sessions, WAYLT.
Correct.
That's the
Well
one.
done.
There we go. Okay, well, what happened there was we were trying a new setup with Scott's good camera, and for whatever reason it decided to overheat. So now we're back on the GoPro. So your
GoPro
eyes aren't
quality.
deceiving you. You haven't just suddenly,
Got cataracts.
you got cataracts. You're all good now. So never mind. Anyway,
for anyone audio listeners, it's going to be seamless.
yeah. Anybody, so in the car, you're not going to notice
Yeah.
the difference. Anyway,
Apart from we've just told everyone.
yeah. Okay, so now it's time for.
The Lime Tree Time Machine.
All right, okay. So we only really talk about this when we've got a guest on. So it's been a little while since we
has.
talked about this.
Ooh, right,
This
okay.
section's called the Lime Tree Time Machine. Okay,
Oh, right, okay.
Exactly what it says on the tin. If you could go back in time or forward in time, where and when would you go and why?
Oh, wow. That is such
It
a
doesn't
hard
necessarily have to be music
We
related.
were going to say we could do a music one and a normal life one. If you've got like a particular gig or something you would have liked to have seen historically, which is
what we
which is what
Yeah.
we choose. And
Although
what most
saying
people
that
do.
when we had Sam Shields on,
What the hell did he
went
say?
down the Yellow Roof and he chose some from like 1518 or something, didn't he?
It was
Some dance.
Like some really, really long.
it was a
some obscure thing that no one's
dance
heard of.
epidemic.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
was
what
it?
it was
Yeah.
called.
You know what it is? Like, it's just going to sound so generic, but I would have just do anything to have gone to the Beatles rooftop session.
All right,
You said that.
That's been
I would have
mentioned,
liked to
yeah.
have done that.
Honestly, for me, that would be because like it was such an intimate environment as well compared to going to a Beatles gig. Obviously, like I'd love to see I would have loved to see the Beatles live, but that was
Yeah.
different when it compared to all this. Like
Imagine
when
seeing
this,
Don't Let Me Down.
yeah, oh
The
my
best thing
god,
is, you would know you'd be able to get on the roof the day
Exactly.
before and just camp out.
I know, and you know what it is. Like obviously they had to stop gigging because of how loud it all was and how much you couldn't even actually hear them and like. Being able to hear them in the flesh and be that close to them, and I mean, imagine
cool.
being on the rooftop. I guess, you get people like down on the floor,
Yeah,
floor,
yeah.
the ground, the
On the
street.
streets,
Yeah.
Yeah, the street, but being like right directly opposite them would be incredible.
That would have been cool.
Oh, that's definitely
It's
for
a
me.
good one, that.
Have you
Yeah.
watched the Get Back documentary?
You know what? I've got like they've got like there's 3 episodes, isn't
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
I've only
Aye.
got through the first one because like every time I go
They're
to watch
quite
it,
long.
you've got to really focus,
Yeah.
don't you? Like
They're
I
not,
really
like,
need to
3 hours
continue.
long.
They're quite long.
Something like that.
Fascinating though, like
Peter Jackson for you.
Yeah.
you know when you can hear like Get Back just coming in like in like minutes. I'm like, how does he do that? It's just it's not that much of an obscure song really, but it's just so clever. He managed to put it together so fast, and you
Definitely.
can see how much he gets into it.
I like the fact that on the Let It Be album,
Yeah.
is it Digger Pony?
Digger Pony.
Is the rooftop performance?
Yeah, a few of
Is
the
it?
tracks
Yeah.
are.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
know
a few of them all.
They had 3 weeks, didn't they, to do it? To
Uh-huh.
3 weeks to make that album. That's my favourite Beatles album.
Isn't the
as
Don't
well.
Let Me Down one?
Don't Let Me Down's the
Yeah,
rooftop.
That's the
Top.
rooftop one on
It's
the
like
Oh,
album.
how
amazing.
I mean, Glyn Johns is a genius. Anyway,
Yeah.
the guy who mixed it, but to be able to mix something from the rooftop down in the basement,
Every mic exactly the
Crazy.
same.
While
as
the
well.
police were trying to get.
while the police were trying to make it not happen,
Yeah.
it's just absolutely incredible.
I love it. I actually really enjoyed the documentary. It was very long
Yeah.
and it took us a
so-
few goes. But I did enjoy it. It was really interesting. The studio now is at Abercrombie and Finch.
Is
It's
it?
a shop.
Oh, for God's sake. Why are they
So-
doing everything?
But you can
Like,
go in the shop and kind of go in where they were, if that makes sense. So like if you go like up, I've watched a video on it. If you go upstairs, it's like where like the office was and shit like that.
what?
So
See, that's so. I mean, it's such a shame that Abercrombie and Fitch has to. Is it Fitch? Yeah, that comes along and ruins it. But that's.
Should be a
that's life,
museum,
yeah.
shouldn't it?
You what? Sorry.
It should be a museum.
Yeah, exactly. It should be. It should be some sort of monumentous
Yeah.
like
Definitely.
place for musicians to go and like gain that. I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of energy that's still there that gives you inspiration. I don't know. But
it's like how I know it's not the same city, but the Cavern Club isn't where the Cavern Club was.
No,
No, it's
No.
not.
You know what I mean?
pretty close.
It's
Through
yeah,
a wall.
Yeah. It's like on the same street, but never mind.
It's not
I know
the
what you
same.
mean, Yeah.
I think what did we say? I mean, we say this every time, but I think we said Live Aid,
Yeah,
and then we also said I said New York in the 1920s is one point when I was
for some weird
for some
reason.
reason I
I
said
wonder
that.
why he said that.
Maybe San Francisco in the 60s.
Yeah,
that would be quite
cool.
a
Yeah,
cool
that was
shout.
Didn't Daniel say that?
Yeah, I've got it. I'm not
Oh, no,
very
he said
original, am I?
Woodstock, didn't he?
Woodstock.
No, he said Woodstock.
Where was
yeah.
Woodstock?
San Francisco.
Was it in
wasn't
San Francisco?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
I think
Yeah.
everyone's got the same vision then, really, don't they? If I've already suggested
It's because
things.
they're the holy grail for musicians, aren't they?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
imagine
Those
being at
events.
live here, though. I know we're bringing it up every week.
I know.
But it's like all the artists that were on
I
at
know.
live here. It's just
Queen and all that, they've groundbreaking. You know, actually, there's another one I'll say. I'd love to be around Seattle in the 90s. Like the grunge scene,
Okay.
like Alice in
Alright.
Chains, Pearl Jam, Nirvana, like that. That era. It's like, yet again, symbolic for.
Oh, was that Seattle? I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
it was. It
Oh.
was the Seattle scene. I know Pearl Jam, Nirvana, and Alice in Chains are definitely. Correct us if I'm wrong. I could be completely wrong, but I swear they are. Because there was there was a documentary I watched ages ago, and they were all in the same like studio. Hype, is it? I don't know. I'll have to rain check that one, but it's a good one.
So today we're joined by Hannah. Hannah is a fantastic singer-songwriter artist from Gateshead.
Gateshead, yeah.
Do you want to tell us a bit about yourself and what you're doing and all that jazz?
Yeah, so I've kind of been writing music since I was about 12 years old. I'm not going to bore you full like I'll kind of cut the chase. I started writing music when I was about 12. I got my first guitar when I was 8 years old, and my mum took us to guitar lessons, and she tried so hard to get into it and she just couldn't. But then I kind of fell into it. I just kind of knew where to put my fingers. I knew like strum patterns and stuff. So I thought, right, okay, let's do something about this. And then I went to piano lessons, but I just didn't get into it. I hated it. I honestly, I admire you, Lyndon, for being able to do it, because I just
Everyone
I
says
can't.
that.
I know.
Anyone else?
It's so weird because I was the other way around. Like I started on guitar and couldn't do it, and then went for piano.
I
Which is
think
really weird.
Yeah, it's very technical. I can't read music.
I know, I can't
I've
read
never been able to
music
read music. Again, like it's a thing I'm envious of people for. But yeah, so I kind of took off from there, and then I started recording little demos and that in my room. But I was always the guitarist for someone. Like I used to always play acoustic for like solo acts and stuff, or I was in a band called the Carabiniers for a couple of years, and I would play rhythm for them. And behind the scenes, I knew that I wanted to do my own thing, but like I just didn't have the confidence to do so, and I kind of always compared myself to others and thought, I couldn't do it. But then lockdown hit, and I just recorded "Fool for Him" just before. It was like March 2020, ironically, it was just before. And then I released it, and I sent it off to BBC Introducing, and they played it, and I was like, right, BBC like it, like this is something's going to come of it, just trust the process. And then I kind of had a break again, because like I didn't really know how to do the whole music thing. I didn't have an Instagram, I didn't do social media, I'd never gigged on my own before, so I thought, just have a break, just go and kind of watch what people are doing behind the scenes. And then I just kind of picked it up again and wrote One Friday Night, Confusion, Ghosts, released like a little EP, which I don't really class it as a debut EP, because I think it's just more a couple of little singles mashed together. Because it was just kind of finding my sound, practicing, getting the right
Like a taste, that's all.
getting a taste for what I wanted. And then I started like thinking, right, I need to start gigging now. Like I can't just be a Spotify artist. I need to get myself out there and do something about it. So I put an ad out on Join My Band, if you have heard of it. Yeah. I had quite a few different people come forward on there, but there wasn't really a right fit for it at first. It took us quite a while. And then I met Neil, long-haired Neil. You might recognize him. Yeah, you've met him. Yeah, he's cool.
No longer
he's
long-haired
cool.
Neil.
You what, sorry?
No longer long-haired Neil.
Yeah. No, honestly, he's class. And like straight away, like he'd learnt all the songs. He was really keen to get involved, and we started gigging. And then I met John, who does the bass. He's in TV Def as well, if you've heard of them before. Right. They're very punky. They're really energetic. The class, really good live. But yeah, John joined, a great lad. He's such a talented musician as well. And it took us ages to find a drummer. The drummer was the worst part, because like it's so hard to find one that's like distinctive, because I think it's the hardest. Personally, I think it's the hardest like instrument to play. If you agree, or do you disagree?
Depends if you play.
Because it's like you got to keep the time. You got to keep everyone together.
I think it's the most difficult instrument to play well without overplaying it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's really difficult to not just play the groove.
It's one of those things where you can get by as a beginner on a guitar and get by as a beginner on a piano, but you can't get by as a beginner on the drums.
No.
You can spot an amateur a mile off.
Yeah, you can. And
You've got to be
thing.
at a certain level before you can start doing stuff.
Exactly. And like I tried so hard to search about, and it was like 2 months in, I was like, right, I know who I'm going to ask. And it was my drummer from my old band, the Carabiniers. He's called Dale. He's incredible. He's got so much. Yeah, again, he's got so much energy about him. Like he pulls stuff together. Like if I give him a song, I'm like, can you learn this? He'll learn it straight away. He'll write down what he needs to do and straight away. He's got a really good sense of like, you know, that like when someone, I don't know how the word,
Like what
the
a
word
song
is.
needs in
Yeah,
particular
like-
moments.
Yeah, he's really good at like structures and stuff. Like, he remembers structures straight away, and he's good at kind of conducting things and getting everyone together and being like, we should do this, we should do that. And as a band, we gel really well. And it's weird because like most bands, you've got like loads of friends that come together and do it, but we were kind of all strangers in a sense. Like I knew Dale for a long time, but Neil and John, like we're kind of like, I class them as some of my best mates now. Like it just all happened at the right time and started getting opportunities. We played Bob X, we played the Clooney 2, Independent Sunderland, like just to name a few, to be honest, and Tanner's Bank. And then, the next aim was to start writing tunes and getting an EP together, which is what we're going to be working on next.
Cool.
So, yeah, it's a bit stressful because I feel like I'm trying so hard to get these songs together when it should just come naturally. So I'm giving myself regular breaks and not forcing the music out of us because that's when it just becomes naff. Like it's not authentic to yourself. So yeah.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah,
Well, keep an eye out for that. We'll put. I think we should put one of your tunes in the what you're listening to
Yeah, well,
playlist.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
go for it.
Which tune would you like to put in there?
You know what it is? Yeah, I feel like maybe 19, you know, because I feel like Hypnotize, it's just came out, and I think 19, I like to rewind and go back to that one. I think it's my favourite.
Awesome stuff. Well, that'll be in the playlist, link down below. And yeah. Okay, well, the last time we did a podcast, we had a bit of a quiz. We played something called the 5-second rule game. Not where you pick food off the floor. Different kind of game, Scott.
Aye.
And I thought, you know what, this should 100% be a segment every week, and we'll, you know, when we get a guest on, it'll be good.
It was good fun.
It was good fun.
It was good fun.
So I was thinking about playing the same game, and then I was like, let's mix it up a little bit, right?
Okay.
So I saw this really funny YouTube video of guessing what the Geordie phrase means in English.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
So this is what we're going to do. So we're going to go round probably this way,
Okay.
and I'm going to say a Geordie phrase, and you've got to tell me what it means. Because for those of you who don't know, we're all from the northeast, pretty much. I mean, I sort of am. If you want to class,
We'll adopt you.
yeah, thank you. Well, you're a Macam, so I mean, you know,
Oh no.
Half Macam.
half Macam, half technically.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think there's some easy ones, and then there's some real obscure ones that like I had to look up.
I think
myself.
Scott's going to be the best at this.
Yeah, I know. I think.
Considering he's only, 1% English, 99% Geordie.
Yeah,
So-
he was born black and white. That's quite an image. Let's not go there. Right.
Well, I don't even know what I'm imagining, to be honest.
it's fine.
It's
It
just
don't matter
funny.
if you're black or white.
It
So
doesn't.
It does not. All right. Okay. So again, Jack in the edit, you'll put a scoreboard up and make it really difficult for myself later on. All right. Okay. You ready?
I think so.
Okay. I might give you a harder one because you are more Geordie than the rest of us, I think.
Right. Here we
Okay.
go.
Work your ticket.
Right, you're a naughty lad.
Correct. Well done. There you go. All
Everyone
right.
has that, doesn't it?
no
I
one's
think
saying it though.
No.
Oh, my mum calls us a worky ticket.
Does she?
Yeah.
The most Geordie household I've ever been to.
Yeah. Your mum's very, very Geordie. All right, Lyndon.
Yeah, we're gone.
Gadgie.
Like an old man. Like
Yeah,
a
there we
man.
go.
Yeah, it is.
I would
we
have thought a Gadji is just like a lad, or it's
You
like
get
Gadji
that
over there.
confused, that's a Raji.
Oh,
Ah.
there's Hannah's go.
Oh.
Oh, so
have I
mine
got
was
that on
Raji.
there? Oh no, I don't have that on
Well,
there.
that's what a Raji
Ah,
is.
You know
if
what
you're
a
an old
Raji is.
gadget, like an old bloke.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'll look at that Gadji over there.
Yeah, yeah. All right, Bonnie.
Pretty.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a good one.
Yay.
That's quite a Scottish.
Bonnie, yeah.
Bonnie
Scottish
last
one.
I
week.
mean,
Fill that
Scottish,
down
innit?
from Scotland.
Geordie is
Yeah.
pretty much just,
Like,
hand me down
yeah.
Scottish, isn't it?
It is. It is. It is. All right. I'm gonna give you a harder one, I think. Snack.
Oh, that's easy.
I don't know.
Oh,
that one.
the lock on your door.
Yeah,
Like a
I
back
didn't.
door.
I never knew that. You know, I never knew that.
Aye. Put the snack on.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Canny.
Like, all right. He's canny.
I think it's a hard one to describe.
It is a hard one to
Because you can
describe.
say
isn't
I'm canny angry, or like I'm canny. Oh, he's a canny lad.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just when you're
Canny
trying
could
to
be quite-
exaggerate something.
It means like.
Yeah.
suppose.
Is it an adjective? Could we just say it's an adjective? It could mean
Yeah.
anything, couldn't it?
It's like very and good at the same time.
Yeah.
Like it's canny.
It's canny.
Canny. Okay. Liberty.
Oh, it's a libby that like it's a shame. Or that's a bad.
Yeah.
It's like that's proper libs that man. Like that's like
Hardship.
that's like when you
That
say
could be a
like
title.
that's
It's
libs
proper
that
libs.
like.
Proper lives.
That it's not really like, it's a shame. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
Libs. Yeah.
You got it. Clamming.
You're hungry.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. Clarty.
Dirty.
Yeah. Again, some of these I feel like because I'm like more Durham than
You should be the
Newcastle.
one on the other side of the questions.
Yeah,
here.
no. I feel like I've like, yeah, it is interesting to me personally.
He's just testing how Geordie we are. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's in case we ever use these phrases so that Medi can
I
understand.
Medi.
I was just going to
Hi,
point
Medi.
this out. It's like he's not going to have a clue what we're talking
No,
about.
you'll skip this section. Medi's from the Netherlands.
Yes,
the
he's
Netherlands.
Dutch. So
He's the one that played saxophone on the
Oh,
Christmas
and
cover.
the Christmas song.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, he's really talented.
Yeah,
But he has no idea what we're talking about half the time. So
he commented on the last one, didn't he? Saying I'm waiting for the Dutch episode.
yeah, we'll do it one day. One day.
That's class.
All right. Sand dancer.
Oh, is it like someone that lives in Shields or like someone that lives on
Which
the coast?
one? Which shields?
Oh,
This is 50-50.
I don't think is it a part of us wants to say South Shields.
It is
Yeah.
South Shields.
Oh, thank God, Hannah. Well done.
South Shields. Okay. Which ones have I done? I don't know. I've got them on. Right. Yem.
Home.
Yeah, I like that one.
Gan
Gan
yem.
Yem. I'm going home. I.
Yes.
Yeah. Or like agree. Like,
Yes.
yeah. Right. And last one, which is my favourite Geordie word,
Okay.
I think. Ben.
Ben. Oh, a child, like a kid,
Yeah.
baby.
Oh, you all did equally as well there.
Yes.
That wasn't really
So
much of a
for the
contest.
Geordies, do we all get a prize? Can we have like an explosion or something?
Yeah, I'll put some on the screen. The reason I like Ben is because it comes from the Nordic
Bane.
language. Because,
Well, we were invaded a few times.
yeah, because when they came over, like, Viking word for child is barn. So when they came over, it developed into Ben. So
I didn't know that.
bit
Can we have a
bit
new
of history.
section of history with Jack?
Yes.
Yeah, northern history.
Yeah.
Was that from Home Histories by any chance?
No, I think I saw that on. There's a great video of there's a movie called The Gentleman on Netflix,
yeah.
Yeah.
and there's an interview with Charlie Hunnam, who's from Newcastle.
You're a big fan of him, aren't you?
I do like Charlie Hunnam, yeah. Well, I like him in the one thing I watch with him in, but
So Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah,
That's the one.
His accent's so weird though, isn't it? Like
oh yeah.
he's adapted so many different countries in one.
Well, he had to get when he did King Arthur, he had to get English lessons because
Did he?
he couldn't
I
speak
heard
English
that, yeah.
anymore. Yeah.
Joking.
But it's Charlie Hunnam, Matthew McConaughey, and Hugh Grant, and they're each talking about like slang from their own country. And Charlie Hunnam talks about the fact that Ben is
Oh,
from
that's
a
cool.
Viking origin.
Proud.
So it's quite cool. It's quite cool. But yeah,
That was fun.
okay, it's time for
Quick fire questions.
quick fire questions. These are specifically more artisty type questions, but we might chuck in a few red herrings every now and again.
Okay.
So
Like, what's your toothbrush colour?
yeah, mine's
Can
still
we keep
pink.
Daniel happy? What's your toothbrush colour?
It's black with like purple on it.
There you go.
There you go.
You happy, Daniel?
Do you know what's going to happen? He'll do what he did last time. You
Put it
know,
on his story,
he'll put it
aye.
on his story.
Yeah.
Honestly. Anyway,
He's mental.
He's a
Mental.
bit mental.
yes.
I love
Okay.
it.
Good lad, though.
So we can obviously answer these again if we so choose. What's the reason you got into music?
My godfather gave us an acoustic guitar. It was a Spanish one, plastic strings, terrible, but I just thought, right, this has been gifted to us, let's give it a go. That sounds really daft, but that generally is the reason like I
Nice.
started playing
Yeah,
guitar.
yeah.
Obviously, like influence wise, I'd say like Katie Tunstall and stuff growing up, listening to her, she really inspired us, and that made us want to write my own music. Like she
Yeah.
made us want to write my own music. But yeah, that's a fast answer for you.
It was very quick
That
fire.
was it.
Yeah.
That was a quick fire
We're,
question.
we're famed for not quick fire questions on
no.
this.
But like you said, quick fire. I was like, right, straight to the point, straight to the point,
it's
Hannah.
long-winded usually,
I
but that
can
was
talk.
the quick.
I can talk for hours. That's my problem, and I don't want to bore you.
That's all right.
love it,
That's
love it.
fine.
We need the content, Hannah, so you can say whatever you like.
Yeah.
The reasons we got into music, mine was School of Rock, and
Oh, School
yours
of
and
Rock.
yours too was dancing in the living room to
It was something along those lines.
yeah,
Earliest memory, wasn't it?
dancing with your brother and music in the car, sort of, pretty much.
Something like that.
I like School of Rock. Your earliest memory of listening to music?
I know this off by heart. I know what it is. Like,
Good.
I mean, can I say it in the sense of what? The earliest I heard a song that made us like the music I do to this day. I was in the bath. I was like 8 years old, and I had this little radio on. I used to listen to Metro Radio, and I was like just chilling. And then I heard "She's Electric" by Oasis, and I remember hearing it. I heard the harmonies on it, and I was just like blown away. I thought, in the chorus, like I was got the harmonies layered over. I was like blown away by it, and ever since then, like my love for indie music just sprouted. Just loved it ever since.
Very cool.
That's a cool one.
That is
I
a good
remember
answer.
the moment really well.
I don't know what mine was playing on my PSP and there being music on my PSP.
Yes, it was, wasn't it?
And it was
Because
like,
we're that old.
Because we're that old. And it was like, do you like how I'm doing the motion for PSP?
People won't know what this is.
No.
What's this?
I don't know. I've just got clammy hands. I'm just yeah, mine was music on my PSP, and I can't remember what yours were.
Mine was the listening to music in the car.
Yeah, it's probably yours as well.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, big question. What's the best gig you've been to?
Oh, I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Wow. These are the things I need to prepare for.
You name a few.
Oh, God.
We named like 10. when
Yeah, we
did
did
it,
name
so-
quite a few.
I know the questions aim to get one answer out of you, but it'll end up just
Yeah.
loads.
I think Noel Gallagher in Manchester 2015 was magical because he brought out Johnny Marr to play the Ballad of My... Which song was it?
Ballad
The
of My-
Ballad of My Eye. Is that... I'm just going to double check this.
Live
to-
Zoo.
I think that's the one he does the solo on.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Yeah,
Yeah.
it was definitely, yeah, God, yeah, that was amazing. Because, like, before the gig, like, when you hear rumours that, like, an artist is going to bring someone on, like, we're thought in our heads, like, who could it be? Then, like, we're like, Manchester, Johnny Marr, he's featured in his latest album, like, it might make sense. Foals as well, I saw them, I think
Oh,
it was
I'd love to see
last year, like, I don't know which month it was, but they were incredible. They were so good, so lively, and, like, their gigs get progressively better. Like towards the end, like it's just an absolute like the room's just a mess of people jumping about, and I love that kind of environment. Like it's just amazing. Like you get lost in it. You feel like it feels weird, like getting back into reality. Like you feel like you're in like a parallel universe after you leave like a gig that good.
Wow.
There probably will be one that I've completely forgotten about, which I'll be annoyed at later tonight. But those two were definitely prominent ones. So.
Oh, nice.
Awesome stuff. I said Bryan Adams. You said ELO.
Yeah.
And you said, I don't know who you said.
I said Red Rum Club at Riverside.
Yeah.
I've got one. That was it. Pale Jam last summer at
Oh, man.
British
Oh, you saw
Summertime.
them?
Absolutely. They were the Pixies supported them.
Oh,
Incredible.
right.
Like there was one point where there's a beautiful sunset like behind me,
Oh, wow.
and Eddie Vedder got everyone to turn around and like get the phones out and film it, and like he's just documenting the full thing, and it was just special. Yeah,
Yes,
I
that's
knew
cool.
there'd be one that I was forgetting.
Very cool. Okay. If you could be on a lineup with two artists in history, dead, alive, in the womb.
Again, they're the only options. Jack is dead or alive.
Or in the womb.
Or
Alive
in
or
the
spirit
room if
Daniel.
you want to be
in the
weird.
Who would it be?
Oh God, I would have loved to. Or it's still possibly like he's still here. Paul McCartney. I'd love to be on the same lineup as him. I'd
That's
love
what you
to,
said.
yeah, like, you know how he gets, but like how he got Dave Grohl out at his
Aye.
Glastonbury performance. Like, imagine like having that experience. Like you've got a gig, like you're playing before him. and
I
you say,
don't
"Oh,
think I'd be able to play with
I
Paul
would be
McCartney next to
terrified.
us.
I would be terrified.
I'd just sing what's going on.
No, I
Just
would
stand
be
in shock.
terrified.
Just stand there going, it's Paul
Yeah.
McCartney.
I know. I'd feel the same. I mean, maybe if I was to choose another one, Amy Winehouse, purely because she's a huge inspiration in the sense of like the way that she wrote so vulnerably about like her life and was so openly about like a love life as well. And also she's just a style icon. Her style is just magnificent. Like it's everything like I dream of like inspiring myself to be like. Obviously,
cool.
like I don't like to think that it's like mirrored, but her style and aesthetic, it's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome stuff. What did we say? You said Bruce.
I did. I said Bruce.
I said Tom Petty.
Yes, and
You-
Lyndon said Paul McCartney.
You said Paul
No,
McCartney.
yeah.
Well,
Oh, you
I
said
wanted
Paul.
the Beatles and
Oh, you did, didn't you?
ELO,
Yeah.
Oh, ELO would be great.
What a hell of a super group.
isn't it?
The Beatles and ELO.
Unless I get the Beatles and the Travelling Wilburys, because I still get Jeff Lynne, but I
You
also
do.
get Bob Dylan, Tom Petty, Roy Orbison.
Jeez.
Thing is,
I'd come to that.
the only problem with that is George Harrison has to do 2 sets.
Oh, what a
I
shame.
know.
What a shame.
Imagine hearing George Harrison twice.
I know.
Oh, dear
He'll be
me.
absolutely knackered, bless him.
I know. Bless him.
but it's all right.
Oh,
No,
dear.
that was good.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, and finally, for music questions anyway, your favorite album of all time.
No pressure.
Yeah.
Wow.
If it makes it easier, you can have more than one.
Probably the Beatles, Let It Be.
It's a really good answer.
That's a good answer.
I think just purely for the fact that I think it kind of revolutionised their sound coming to an end, and then they kind of pushed out
Yeah.
like a room for loads more 60s and 70s rock to kind of come through.
Yeah.
And it's just stunning. Vocals, it's raw, it's
It
natural.
is a good album.
Yeah.
I don't think there's one skip on it.
I don't know if I prefer Let It Be or Abbey Road.
Abbey, yeah.
'Cause I like Abbey Road.
I'm
but
Abbey
But you like
Road.
Revolver?
Revolver's my
Revolver's
favourite.
yeah.
Yeah.
Revolver's got it's obscure in a sense, isn't it? Well, obviously,
Yeah.
it's what they went for. But I love how raw and gritty Let It Be is. I think it's just got so much, like rawness. To it.
Yeah.
I think
Like
the
it's
best way to
real
describe
because it literally is just them in the room.
exactly
and,
like
yeah,
there's no
Very
it's not
authentic.
like there's nothing fake there. It's pure. Like
I suppose that's like how they were, and then in the middle they went like
Yeah.
all weird, and it was all about how big the production could be, and then
Yeah.
they went back to the roots, which is quite
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
ironically. Well, have you heard the album, the Love album by the Beatles, where they merged all the songs into one kind of thing, and it's
It's like a compilation.
highly
album.
recommend it. Yeah, it was like George Martin went back like years later and kind of got all. It's like they mix the songs into each other, the merge it. It's on Spotify, but like if you listen to it from the start to the end, it's so clever. Like it's just it's an experience more than anything. It's really good. I'd recommend that if
I'll
you
have a
like
listen.
Beatles.
That sounds good. What did we say? You said I'm just gonna guess everybody's because like I think I know.
Well, you
So
can probably guess mine.
yours was Out of the Blue.
It was.
ELO. Yours was Born to Run.
It was.
And mine was Reckless by Bryan Adams.
Ah.
Yeah. Okay, so I thought this question was really good, and I've hyped it up, but we're gonna see what it's like. What song do you want to be your first dance at your wedding? I think that's a great question.
Bloody hell.
I've thought this before, but I forgot what mine was.
I'm just gonna rain check because I know.
I'd like to say that it would be up to my wife, but if I did get to choose,
Presuming you both like the same music, and which is probably a necessity.
that would have to happen as a musician, wouldn't it?
Well, you say that. Me and Soph we have crossover. Hi, Sophie. We have crossover, but we don't necessarily listen to the same things all the time. So, kind of like us, we don't all listen to the same stuff, but we have crossover. Not that we're getting married to each other. Like, Scott, what are you doing next week now?
I'm still looking. I'm honestly
I'm
still
free.
looking. Yeah, I think.
You got yours?
I think. Well, I don't know. I'd have to have a lot more thought than this, but probably something like "If I Had a Gun" by Noel Gallagher because I love that song. I know it sounds really like obviously the name of it.
I've got
doesn't
quite a
really
similar
sound
answer.
great
That's
for a
like holding
wedding.
sort of ransom. Isn't it?
Yeah.
You're there dancing. You think,
Yeah,
"Yes,
no,
I
it's a
had
beautiful song. Like,
Not knowing the song and just hearing the title.
no, like, my
I'm-
eyes have.
It is a nice song.
It's something along those lines. I'd have to have a lot of thought into it, but I do love that song. Something that was, yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Or
good
maybe "Fade Into You" by Mazzy Star, another one.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
That
Absolutely
song is.
lovely, that.
Probably that actually. Yeah.
I'm going to go really cliche, but I like the song and he's one of my favourite artists ever. But I think "A Million Love Songs" by Take That
Oh, yeah.
would be great.
That's a good answer.
I wouldn't be able to take myself seriously. You take that.
I love Take That.
I love Take That.
That's great.
Guilty
Well, the best
pleasure.
contest I ever went to was going to see Take That.
Oh, I see that. Yeah, they do look good live.
I do like Take That. Have you got yours?
No, I kind of think.
No.
She Is Love came to us by Oasis,
Right.
Oh, that's a lovely song.
but it would be like a laid back version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought of it before in the past. I can't remember what I was thinking of.
No. I don't know. There's probably some obscure band that we've never heard of.
Could well be. What's yours anyway?
We already, presuming Soph hasn't changed her mind, we already know what ours would be. And it's Where You Lead by Carole King.
Okay.
Oh, Carole King.
But done like much stripped back and slower because
Yeah.
the song is quite like ting, ting, da, ting, like really
Yeah,
upbeat.
you know we do like cutting shapes.
Yeah. So it'll be a lot
You could do like
slower.
a death metal version.
Maybe you can after the first
Start
chorus.
headbanging.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Because you know people get up and dance with you after the first chorus. It's usually what you do.
Yeah.
Maybe you could.
We
The
did-
song could change up for that.
We did have a good idea actually. Do you know what? I'm going to talk about this on the pod? Who cares? I don't care.
Yeah.
So we had a great idea because assuming you two would be at the wedding.
Oh,
I'm assuming
of course.
you would be.
That's more up to you than up to us.
Aye, we'll get the
If we're
invite.
being invited
I
to the
mean,
wedding.
you'd be invited. Jesus Christ, man. But we thought what would be a really cool idea is,
I think we've talked about this before.
oh, have we actually?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Do you know about
I
this?
think so.
So my idea is that the preamps of the band at the wedding, but as the bride and groom come in, me and Soph, I think it would be really cool if Soph hopped on the drums and I sang and we played Sort of Standing There
Oh, that'd be so cool.
as like not like a first dance, but like a first song sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? I've said that on record now. Soph has to happen. Has to happen.
So romantic.
I think that'd be great.
It also is the first song of my set as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is.
but I think that'd be great. I mean, you hop off for one number and then get
Oh,
back on,
I'd
and then
happily take a break.
We'll get you on a percussion station. That'll be fine.
I'll
Yeah,
do some
yeah.
tambourine.
I think that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think that'd be really cool because the lyrics, like, I think are quite cool because I did meet her
She
when we
was
were
just 17.
yeah, well, we met when we were 17, so I think that's kind of
It's lush, that.
very poetic.
Yeah,
That
was
is
a-
really nice. That's so romantic.
That's a great question. See, can you see why I like the question now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we've had this one before, and we know your answer immediately. If
I
you-
don't even know what the question is, but is my answer ELO?
I mean, it could be.
It could be.
Your answer might have changed.
Your
It could
answer
well
is
be
either
that.
ELO or No Way on God's Green Earth. Am I doing that?
It's for dancing.
Or it could be dancing. If you had to get a tattoo today, what would it be?
Oh,
Oh God.
no way on God's green earth am I doing that.
Aye, Lyndon's not a tattoo man.
I'm not a
yeah.
tattoo man.
I know what I would get. I would get because I've got merch that I sell at my gigs, and there's a one that this tattoo. I went to a tattoo artist to design them because I'm very.
Oh,
I love my
that's cool.
tattoos, and it's of like a playing card, and it's got 19 on it. It's got like little hearts and roses and that. I'd love it there on me. Is that your shin?
Ah, you
Yeah.
shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm not very good at body parts, but I know
It
what
should be
they're-
when you go to a tattoo parlour.
Yeah, I do. I really
I'd
want
like it on my forehead. You make up It's not a good look.
Yeah, I think that's what I would love to get done.
I like that.
That's a clever one.
What fictional character would you most like to be friends with?
Have we done that one?
We have.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have we?
Yeah.
I can't remember the
what you
answer.
said. No.
God, these questions involve so much thinking. I'm trying to, I'm just trying to think. Like,
We'll have that as a quote.
yeah. These questions require so much
This
thinking.
podcast made me think.
I'm trying to think of like fictional things that I really love because I love me Phil. Oh God, can you just go first? What I think?
Yeah?
I can't remember who I think you said Doctor Who.
Probably. That was what I was thinking of again.
I think I said Batman or Iron Man.
Iron Man would be
And then
cool.
you said you just want to be friends with someone who has money.
Yes, you don't see.
So, yeah, that could be right. Although, do you know who I'd love to be friends with? Because I think it would just be such a laugh. Joey from Friends.
Oh, I'd love to be friends with Joey from Friends.
That would be
yeah.
stressful.
That'd be great. Like in the later series where he started to make money, though. Not because I want the money,
Yeah,
just
'cause
because
he just wants the
just
money.
because he'd be a little bit more stable and I wouldn't have to worry about him. You know what I mean?
Oh God, I'm still thinking. What is it?
Didn't someone mention Buzz Lightyear last time?
Buzz Lightyear.
Do you
I
want to be friends with Buzz
I
Lightyear?
can't remember saying that, like, but
Yeah.
it's in my head somewhere for some reason.
Maybe it's when we had a guest on and they said it. Do you know what guest has been on and we haven't mentioned thus far?
Could it be the one and only?
Hi, Jack.
Hi, Jack.
We always shout out Jack Harvey
I don't know why it's just
of the
became a thing.
Houndcats. It just became a
It's
thing.
Like, I'll do the like. That was it. I just looked at the camera. Oh,
Every week.
I'm deep in thought trying to think of a fictional character. Still,
What movies do you like?
Hi, what's your favourite movies, TV shows?
I love La La Land. That's my favorite film. I love Submarine. I love that film. But then Oliver Tate's quite strange. Like I don't know if you've seen Submarine before. It's very It's very quirky. It's mint. It's such a lovely film. It's just really sweet. But no, he's very strange. He's a bit like a serial killer. Like he's
Oh,
not.
well.
Like, he's got it's.
And you want to
I
be
was remembering-
friends with him?
There's a quote from the film where he's like laid on the bed waiting for his lass, and he's got like balloons and like rose petals, and she's like, she just thinks he looks like a serial killer the way he's positioned. Like, no, you'll have to watch the scene to understand that if anyone's seen it before.
So is that yours then?
You know what it is? I think we'd get not that I don't know how I'd act around him, but I would absolutely love to meet Michael Scott from The Office. I just love to like
love The Office.
be in the same room as him to see like what it actually would be like. Because I'd probably react like Jim does and just look at
Yeah,
the camera.
yeah.
Like
My
sure-
friend has a time machine, so
honestly, I probably could have answered that question better. But that is someone that I would love to be in the same room with. Just to
The Office
see,
is
like,
great, like the American
I love
one.
it. I absolutely love
I think
The
I
Office.
watch it like at least once a year. I'll
Yeah.
go back. Same way. Do you watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia as well or not?
No,
Oh,
I
you
do
wanna
need
get
to
into that?
watch it. I do need to watch that.
I think that's my favourite one.
Yeah.
You were trying to get me to watch
I
it.
was, yeah.
Still haven't seen
You should
it.
give it a go. It's on Netflix.
I will definitely. My friends, they love it, but I've just never got past the first series. But I've
Yeah, you
been
gotta
told
get
to
past
skip it.
them.
Yeah,
Danny DeVito comes in.
I've heard that's when
I
it
think
gets
that's really
bad.
odd that like the main character, because again, all the memes I've seen.
His thing is, though, he's not the main character.
Oh, is he not?
He's just. Oh, he's one of the support ones. They're all sort of on the same level.
Yeah.
But you'd think he'd be the main one, given his
Is it a
his back
ensemble
catalogue.
cast?
Yeah,
Right, I see. The only bit I've seen of it is when he's the trash man.
the troll.
Yeah, that's the only
Oh,
bit.
the trash man with the wrestling eye. I know what you mean.
Yeah, that's the only bit I've seen, but I've not seen. Yeah, good answer.
Yeah.
What was it?
That's alright.
I don't even know who it was, but
Michael Scott, The Office.
Oh yes,
Everyone,
okay,
yeah, Michael Scott of The Office. Everyone knows him.
very good. And finally, I don't think we've answered this one either. Actually, this is a new question, I think, so we can answer this as well. If you found out you were going to die tomorrow,
Jesus.
what would you do today? Pretend it's not.
There's not much time left in the day.
They don't
It's a-
know.
yeah,
Oh, there's
I've
no
got
clock
about
there. I
4
forgot
hours.
about that.
Pretend that you've just woke up. You've got today.
I've got
And you-
I've got the full day to do something.
Yeah.
I would go and record the best song of all time and leave it with everyone.
That's a
Just
good
to-
answer.
just my last
Legacy.
little bit, yeah. I mean, it won't be the best song of all time, like, but my best song.
Yeah.
I would go and record something magnetic and get. Like, you know what it is? I would get loads of local artists involved.
That's
I'd write
cool,
a big
yeah.
long list. And
We can tell you now, that's
Yeah.
more stressful than it sounds.
I know. I can imagine it's
You need
stressful.
more than a day for that, unfortunately, Hannah.
More than
I
a
know,
month.
but
You do that.
I know. I can imagine it's stressful, but at the same time, I was to say it's it's my last day. Come on, come join us.
Aye,
sure
I'm
I
gonna
get
die
a couple
today,
of-
so come
True,
on.
It's a
yeah.
good enough
Yeah.
excuse. I reckon people will clear their diary.
Yeah.
Nah, like,
No, I love it. Yeah, I'd probably just do one big, huge tune and leave it with everyone.
Oh, that's a
here
good
and
idea.
Get as many people as I want involved.
That is a good idea.
That's quite cute.
That's
Actually, I
cool
could have
on
said
that,
anything like
yeah.
rob a guitar shop or like go skydiving or something.
I
But
think that's what I was thinking.
yeah, something spontaneous like that. I'd get like the biggest pizza in the world as well, and I'd scrounge that all day because I love pizza. So
That is a good answer. What would you do?
I don't know.
No.
This is interesting.
It's a good question.
It is a good question.
I would just do all the extreme stuff, me.
When you've got a day,
Extreme
it's going to
things.
pass very quickly.
I would go to the airport as soon as I woke up and find a small short haul flight and just get on it and then be in that place, and then that would just do me. So like Amsterdam, something
yeah,
like
Or New York.
I'd want
No,
to,
I'll
I'd
take
want to
it.
pass away. I'd want to pass away, stargaze, and I'd want to go. I'd go to Kiel. That's got the clearest skies in Europe,
Yeah.
and it'd be easy to get there.
New York's not a bad shot because they are technically time-wise behind us. So you'd
You'd have a little longer.
You'd gain
Time,
some
really,
time. You
aren't
would
you?
gain time.
that. This is true. But it is. But
This
it
is true.
It is a 7-hour flight.
But aren't the 9 hours? So you've gained 2 hours, haven't you?
This is true, actually. Yeah,
This is true.
This is true.
that is good. That. Okay.
Is that your plan
I've
now?
gained you 2 hours and you're in New York.
Thank
Yeah.
the man.
Maybe I'll go to New York. I don't know. I'd have to find somewhere to stay as well, though.
Every
'cause,
cloud has
you
a silver lining.
know.
Yeah.
Do you know what? New York. I'll just spend my entire life savings. Right. First class flights. 5-star accommodation. Empire State Building at midnight. Dead.
Yeah.
And I think that is the perfect way to end this podcast. What a flipping somber ending.
I know.
Nah, you know.
Never mind. But yes, Hannah, thank you very much
Thank you so
for
much
coming
for
on.
It's been a
having me.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Absolutely amazing.
We're going to hear some of your tunes after this. We always
Yeah.
put a song at the end of the podcast, but it'll also be in its separate video, linked down below probably. But until then, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having
And
us.
Yes,
I've
thanks for coming
been
on.
Jack Milcreast on the Lime Tree Sessions podcast with me, Jack Milcreast.
Let's go.
Scott Charlton.
And we'll see you next time. Thank you very much. To watch the full video, please head to our YouTube channel.
I wish I could take the pain